the Colonel coming at you yet again, one more time for tonight. Um, so since I'm on a roll, and speaking of assaults on common sense, I thought I would do this little rant that I originally thought about doing when this channel was first conceptualized, but I kept putting it off. I kept figuring, hey, a lot of people already seen this already, but nobody has made a video about how egregiously bad and wrong this is. Let me put it this way. You ever seen a movie that was just so horrible and just so awesomely bad and just so it just so awful, just so god awful that you couldn't believe it, that you couldn't believe what you were witnessing, what you were in the presence of. It was just so almost face meltingly horrendous, just god awful. And you just can't believe it. You can't believe it exists. You can't believe the universe would be so cruel that this piece of crap, this being masqueraded as art, exists. You know, movies like that. There's movies where you just can't believe they're just so bad. Then there's movies that are even more infuriating because they have an infuriating fan base that are oblivious to what a piece of shit it is. Kind of like James Cameron's Avatar, or Asatar, or Avatard. That's what I like to call it. But anyway, like James Cameron's Avatar, I just couldn't believe how awful it was. Like almost laughably awful. Like I couldn't tell whether to laugh hysterically or to just cry in despair and lose all hope in humanity. But I started to lean closer to the latter when I saw how much money this piece of shit made, and how this piece of shit actually upstaged a legitimately good film like Princess and the Frog at the box office. And I was just so angry at the world. Like, I try my best. I try my damnedest to outgrow this misanthropic counterculture pseudo emo kid phase I was in all of my teen years. After 21, I tried to grow out of that and mature and to say, okay, I gotta realize I'm not better than people. I can't be pseudo intellectual. I can't be an elitist. And then bullshit like this that I'm about to talk about, it just keeps wheeling me right in to that philosophy. But let me just get on what I'm talking about. Why I made the James Cameron's Avatar comparison. It's very fitting considering this poem titled 10 Things I Want to Say to a Black Woman by this Joshua Bennett guy. It is just so, like, when I first listened to it, it's just so awful. It's just so bad. I mean, not only is the poem vomit inducing, but it manages to sound exactly the way that vomiting feels. To quote a favorite reviewer of mine, Confused Matthew. Yeah, I wish I could give myself credit for that one, but no, got that from another YouTuber. I'm that unoriginal. Anyway, but yeah, this poem is just so bad, and yet the reactions to it are just so positive. People are calling this a masterpiece, just like with the Avatar comparison. It's a piece of shit, and most people took the blue pill, pun intended, and thought that it was a good movie. And I just can't believe folks were fooled that way. I'm like, am I the only sane person left on this planet? I think another good comparison would be Tyler Perry's movies, as well as his zombie fan base. But his zombie fan base is composed of two different type of suckers. One is the people who just don't know what a good movie is and what constitutes legitimate art, and the others are people that have somewhat of a brain and realize that Tyler Perry's movies are garbage, but they say, hey, I'm gonna support it anyway because he's a black man who makes movies and we just have to support his people, even though I know in my mind that they are objectively bad and that they are on par with a poorly written fairy tale. I'm just going to shell out money. I'm just going to give him my hard-earned money anyway because he's black and he needs to be supported. Kind of like with the reactions to this dude's bullshit saccharine poem. I saw this video of this girl, which I might include under this video, where she just talks about a whole bunch of unrelated crap in like the first 2/3 of the video, kind of like what I'm doing right now, and then she closes off with, and that's why I love this poem so much, because we finally hear there's something positive about black women, and black women get bashed all the time. And okay, I could kind of see where she's coming from. I mean, it's good to hear a little bit of positivity, but what about actually writing and performing a poem that's good? Like, can it be positive and good? That's asking for so much of this Joshua Bennett guy. We can't have a poem that's good and that comes from the heart. It has to be some babyish, saccharine, woomy verse crap. It can't be anything that's heartfelt or that took some effort. It just has to be a sycophancy and ass kissing. Really? That's better. So just because it's, I don't know. This poem, the fact that people can't see it's what a piece of crap is, just makes me so angry. And I don't even know where to begin with why it's so awful. I'm almost out of time, and I just can't even. Hang on a second. That's distracting me again. Anyway, well, it looks like I'll have to make this a two-parter. Oh well. But my point is that that one of the things that's wrong with this poem, other than, you know, being poorly written and just being over the top, cartoonishly over the top, is supposed to be heartfelt, but instead it's just laughable. Is let's see, brothers in maximum security prisons, really? Like, now I see where the whole black women just love thugs things, thugs theory come from, because even when it's not as blatant, it's like you have to have sympathy for brothers in maximum security prisons, that a black woman's godly, ethereal, beautiful goddess angel voice, according to what this guy is saying, the kind of voices we have, brothers in maximum security prisons need to hear that it needs to lift up their day. They're deserving of that, really. And then the whole and then the whole Don. Am I the only person who didn't give a shit about Don Imus? I didn't even know who the guy was when that first happened. And I read somewhere that the Rutgers women's team, who were only like 22 at the time, I heard that even they never heard of Don Imus until they started hearing people's reactions. So basically, people responding to this Don Imus guy, if people never responded to this Don Imus guy, if they just ignored him and had him go away and fade away into obscurity, then these women wouldn't have heard what they said, and their feelings wouldn't have been oh so hurt. If people just ignored him, if people didn't respond to him or react to him, it would have never gotten back to them. Does anyone not see the cosmic cruel irony in that? Am I the only person who sees it? Well, I'm already almost out of time, so I'm just going to wrap this one up. Colonel Wisdom out for now.